welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 10 camera transitions. Now, you may be new to this channel and you may be new to camera transitions. On the other hand, you may be an expert at camera transitions, but to define it, basically what that means is you are maintaining a connection from one shot to another. And when you put the two shots together, it appears as if both of them are taken in one shot. So what you want to do when it comes to transitions is you want to have a story. Stories are very important in camera filming, filmmaking, and you want to have an idea of what you want to film, and you want to make sure that it flows smoothly. And camera transitions, they facilitate that. And so we're going to start out with the first camera transition, and it is the whip up and down. In this particular shot, I'm focusing my camera on the person, and as I move the camera down, I'm going to actually whip the camera down to the ground. And so it starts like this. The person is walking towards me, and then I'm following the person, and then I'm going to whip down like that. So that's the first shot. The second shot is I want to start at the sky level, and I want to move down to focus on the subject. Okay, so the second transition is called the match cut transition. Basically, what you want to do with this particular shot is make sure that the person walks in a straight line. And both clips will be recorded in a straight line. The only difference is there's a different location. Match cuts are very easy to create, and they're actually really fun to create. But the key is walking in a straight line. So as the person is walking forward or even backwards, you want to focus on the individual, and if they're walking towards you, you want to go backwards. So if the person is walking backwards, you want to have a gimbal. This is an Osmo 4. And I have recorded a lot of videos on this gimbal. The purpose of it is to create stability in your footage. And so this is very easy to operate, and you can actually rotate it. So basically, as the person is walking towards you, you're stepping back and you're moving the camera backwards. Now, the transition can also be done with the person moving forward. And so it's very smooth when you have this gimbal in your hand and you're walking forward as the person is walking forward as well. Okay, so the third camera transition is what I call the double spiral. the way that works is you want to focus your camera on the person, and as you're moving forward, now the person is actually, he or she has turned the back, and you're focusing on the back of the individual. So as you are going towards the person, you want to rotate your phone like this. 1, 2, 3. And that is the first clip. And then for the second shot, you want to focus on another, actually an object, the ocean or a boat or something of that nature, and you want to maintain the same motion, just like that. You want to create an upside down transition. And then when you put the two together, it is a double spiral. Action. Okay, so the fourth transition is the underground transition. This is a really cool transition. Now, the key is you want, if you have a gimbal, you want to flip it upside down. And as the person is walking to the side, you want to push your gimbal down like that. And you want to go below the ground. So if you have some dirt, maybe concrete or something that like sort of drops off, you want to end it right there so you can make sure that that transition flows smoothly. And then for the second shot, you go somewhere underground and you record it by putting your gimbal to the top of the cylinder area, and then you move down to create the transition. Action. The fifth transition is the bridge transition. This is a very difficult transition because you have to be in a boat in order to perform this transition period. So I went on a cruise, a small cruise, and I was able to record the bridges. Now the key to doing that is you want to focus your camera on the bridge, and as you begin to get underneath it, you want to zoom in with your zoom feature on the phone. And you want to create a very blurry motion there, where it's black or where you can barely see what's there on the bridge. The second shot is you want to record on another bridge and do the same thing. And then when you put the two together, it looks like you're in another location. 6 is the sky transition. The way this works is you want to focus the camera on the ground and you want to move your camera to the sky. Now, the person may be walking forward or backwards, but move your camera to the sky, like that motion. And for the second shot, you want to start with the sky and you want to move all the way down to the ground. And then when you put the two clips together, it's a sky transition. 1, go.
入るかわからんけど、そこがいいんですよ。
Okay, stop. Okay, action. The seventh transition is the backpack fade in and out. This is a really cool transition. Now, you don't have to use a backpack, but it is cool to have one because you can create this transition really well. The way this works is you want to move your gimbal close to the backpack. And as you get towards it, you want to press in to the backpack. And it fades in black. So the next shot is you want to record in another location. You want your gimbal on the backpack in a new location, and then you step away like that, and when you put the two clips together, it will reveal a new location. Okay. Okay, so the eighth camera transition is the shoulder camera transition. Basically, you want to start either on the left or the right shoulder. In this clip, I started on the left, and so I am focusing on the left scenery, and I move to the person, and I put the camera on the back of the person, and it basically fades in black. Then I go to another location, and the second shot is recorded with starting in the center of the person, and then I move to the right to reveal a new location. Action. So, action, just stay where you're at. So the ninth transition is the whip left or whip right. When you're doing this in public, it doesn't look normal because basically you're focusing on the individual, and then if you want the individual to come over here to the left, for example, what you're going to do is you're going to do a quick whip like that. What you're doing is you're creating a camera blur, and that is key when you're creating this transition. And in order for this to work, you have to have the camera blur. So if you're focusing on your person, let's say the person has a camera on them, they're taking pictures, you're focusing on them, and then you switch to the left, like that. So it's this motion, boom. And you'll create that camera blur. Now you can do the same thing here, boom. Okay, so when you're creating the second transition, you want to position your camera to the left, where your person will be. Maybe the person is on the phone, and then you whip to the right. And it's really helpful to have a gimbal because you can make it really quick and create that camera blur. Action. Okay, so the 10th camera transition is the camera fade in and out. Now, I gotta say this is my favorite camera transition because it involves a camera. And so if the person has a camera, they're taking pictures or something, what you're gonna do is with your gimbal is you're going to move in closer to them, and you don't have to have a gimbal, it's just very helpful to have one to stabilize footage and to make these camera transitions a lot more smoother. But as you go into that person, you want your camera right here to connect with the camera that the person is holding, and you want to go into the black. And then when you film in a new location, you want to position your gimbal in front of the person, covering or creating the fade in black appearance. And then as you step back, you are revealing a new location. Okay, so these are 10 camera transitions. I hope that you found this video helpful and that you're able to utilize these camera transitions to make better videos. This takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of practice. So don't think that you're going to be able to accomplish this overnight. It has taken me months to be able to create these transitions. So you want to remember that you got to have a story when you're creating your film. And you want to make sure that the camera transitions, they flow well. And so some of these camera transitions is trial and error. So don't be afraid to mess up. I've messed up many times. But camera transitions are vital to your filmmaking. And so I've compiled all of those clips together to create this. camera transitions that you can apply on your own. I hope you enjoyed this video. Before I go, make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscriber button as well. I am the author of 2 books. One is Touring Tokyo, in which I featured 10 attractions in Tokyo. The second is A Journey Through Japan, in which I walk you through from the beginning of the passport or visa stage to the time you're traveling in Japan. I provide over hundreds of tips in this book, and I talk about the Shinkansen, which is a fast bullet train, and it is very exciting to ride. Well, that's going to do it with this video, and I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.